All right. All right. So, based on what we discussed, this is how you will be contributing to the project, how you can fix issues that have been assigned to you, and then have your record applied to the repository. So, as we all know, we're working as a team, so it's required that you make your changes and then the changes be available to everybody. So, for me to do this, I will come to my browser. I will open my browser window and navigate to GitHub. So, if I get here now, okay, let me wait for the page to load. So, when I get to GitHub, I will have to sign in to my account. But for now, I'm already signed in, and my browser automatically signs in because I've signed into GitHub before. So what I'll just do now is I'll come to this place, tap on this icon. Everything is just slow. So, all right. So when this opens up, I'll go to my organizations. Alright, so once this loads up, I'll simply pick up from my list of organizations. I'll pick the one I want to work on. In this case, I want to work on zuri training. So here now, I'll quickly come to Teams. And I'll come to this place and type the name of my team. I already know my own started with co, so I typed co and I'm picking the last one, project co 15118. Now, what I'll do here is to come to repositories. Then I'll pick up the repository we are working on. So for me to know if I've been assigned an issue, I'll quickly do one thing, which is tap on Issues tab. Then I'll see a list of open issues that I can attend to. But specifically here now, we're using this to track our work. So I don't need to work on anybody else's issues or whatever. So I'll just have to specifically look for the one I've been assigned to. Here we have our different icons. You can check the one that has been assigned to you. For me now, this one has been assigned to me, and I created it for me to use and demonstrate how we can work on this particular stuff. If I want to see issues that have been closed, I'll tap on this very one, and these are issues that have been closed. If I tap here again on the open, it will show me the open issues. So specifically, I want to keep record of this issue ID. But for me to do that, I have to also know like a little bit of what I was asked to do. So I'll just tap on these very issues here. Then it opens. It tells me update what you did in task.md file. So for me now, I need to go to I need to use this to demonstrate how we all can do our own thing. If you open your own issue, you get the details of what you've been assigned to do. So knowing that is true, I will simply take note of what I was asked to do, update what you did in task.md file. So here now, I already know what I was asked to do, and I'll keep track of this #16, which is the issue ticket, like the task ID or the issue ID that I'm currently referring to. So back here now, I'll come back to code, and I'll click on this code here, and I'll click on this copy. The reason I'm doing this this copy thing, is that I want to be able to clone this repository in my local working environment, which is my system. So I want to be using only VS Code for this, so that it will be easier for anyone that wants to come in and do this project and do this stuff, so that it doesn't have to be too hectic for non-developers. While I wait for this to load, okay. I think it just opened. I'll click on this this terminal here, and I'll choose new terminal. So this opens a fresh terminal window for me, and as it stands, I need to start working on a particular project, which is the one we're working on. So somehow I need to get a copy of that project into my system, and for me to do that, I need to use a command. I need to use git. First, I have to verify if I have git installed by typing git --version. if you have Git installed and is accessible from your command line, it should show you result as like similar to this very one. Mine, I have 2.29.2 version installed. That's why it's showing you this one. Yours might be different depending on the version you have. So I will cd into the directory I want to be working on. So for me, I want it to be easier for me to work like and locate. So I'm cding into desktop directory, which means like the cd means change directory. So I cd into desktop. Now I want to be able to clone the folder I'm working on, like that particular repository online. So I can use git clone, but already I've done this before. So if I just use okay, let me just, so that this very stuff will be easier for all of us, I'll use this very one. I will delete the one I already cloned here. Here's itself. Yeah, this one. Sorry, you guys have to pardon this one call. Your own case, you might not need to delete because you're already working on it, but for you to understand what I'm doing here now, I need to just like delete this folder that is already here, and I'll now come back inside and then do git clone. That is in my VS Code. Then I'll paste the code I already copied. That is the link I copied initially. When I press, I'll press enter. Then it's showing me a set of commands telling me that finally it told me it has copied the whole object, and it copied about 12 items. So what I'll do now is to cd into that particular directory that's been created, because this command now created a folder in my desktop called team 118 cool films. So I need to change into that directory for me to start work. Now to do that, I'll use the cd command. Then I'll give it the name of the folder I want to change into. In this case, team 118 cool film. Okay, cool films. Then I'll press enter. Here now I'll do ls. This shows me the files in the current directory. That it lists all the files in the current directory, files and folders. So I'll simply do git status to know what's up. It's telling me my branch is up to date with the original repository I cloned from. So I'm good to go. One thing I'll do now is to just open this folder in VS Code. So I'll just type code, then space dot and press enter. This will open a fresh VS Code window for me with the folder that I have, the folder I just cloned and all the projects inside it. I'll just open it in a fresh VS Code window. So let me maximize this so that it will be more visible. Now, the instruction that was given to me on the issues that was raised under these issues now, the task that was assigned to me says update task with what you did, like update task.md with what you did. So knowing that's the issue, I'll just come back to my VS Code instance, like the one I just opened. Then I'll locate this task.md. Okay, while I wait for this to load, I'll still go back a bit and take note of this issue number that I have here, which is #16. I'll just copy it and I'll come back to my VS Code. Alright, so this opened this way because I have an extension that helps me work easily with that is markdown files. So for this to be easier for you guys, I'll just have to like tap on this. In your own, it will not open this way, so I'll just edit it in my own VS Code and I'll close this one. So this is what the file looks like currently in my VS Code. It might be different depending on the changes that people have made. So in this very case, I have it looking this way. What I'll simply do is, before I do my modifications, I'll open terminal here, another terminal this time around, and I'll wait for it to load. What I want to do is to create a new branch that I'll be working on, so that I can track the changes and link it to the pull request. So link the pull request to the issue that they created for me. So in this case, I'll do git checkout and checkout. I'll do dash small letter B, which is branch. Then I'll give it a name. The name can be anything, but in my case now, it'll be like task dash 16. The 16 here represents the issue that I was tracking. So the issue that has been assigned to me. So I'll just press enter. It says switching to new branch task 16. I'll do git status and on branch task 16. Nothing to commit, working tree clean. What I'll do here is fine. I've switched to a new branch. You don't need to take note of the technical details, but just here is just like I need to make a fresh copy so that when I'm working, I don't have to commit directly to the main branch, because that can break things when people are working in teams. So I made a new branch and I'm inside it right now. What I'll do, I'll still do git pull, which will go to the online repository and bring down okay. So I don't think I need to bother you with this very one. So let me see where I'm git show. Okay, yeah, tax origin name, blah 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 blah. So I'll open my VS Code extension here and check the current branch I am. Okay, I'm currently on branch 16, so I'm good to continue what I'm doing. Now here that I am on branch 16, and what I need to do is to fix what they asked me to do and the issue that have been assigned to me. So right here now, adding a little bit of more code inside this class.html. I use hash, which is second level heading, and I'll put the thing updated. Okay, created. Sorry, it's actually updated. Tax .md with as a guide for fellow team members. Okay, so what will I put here? There's little to nothing much. Okay, let me say this. This is like a kind of description now. So this is a way to show my team members how to track and fix GitHub issues assigned to them. So here now I want to create a list of what I just did. So I'll press I'll come to a new line and then press dash, and then I'll tell it what I want to do. The first thing here is this stuff I'm creating now is an unordered list. So I was I cloned the repository, then after cloning the repository, I created a new branch, then made changes to task.md. And down committed my changes. Then pushed it to GitHub. Alright, right, so I think this is enough of what I've done. So in your case, we'll be using unordered list. I didn't wanted to use like ordered list. I would have turned this dash here to 1, then the next one 2, the next one 3. But no, in this case, want unordered list. So I'm just giving you dash this way. So this will create a list item for me. VS Code, I think, has a way of previewing what has been done. So I'll simply do what? Let me contribute. Let me go to this very source and right click here. Then I think I need to open preview. Okay, so this is what the changes I've made will look like. Okay, what further details do I need to add here? Updaters.md as a guide for fellow team members. Okay, let me come back to here. I will like to create this thing as a link. So what will I call it? The first.md. Then where does it link to? It links to that's.md. All right. So .md. Okay, I'll come back here and check. All right, I think that's okay. Let me just verify, sure. Okay, good, it's working. So I'll put it back as .mg. Now, with this, I'm basically done with what I need to do. What will I do here? Okay, let me just add a quick line. What line will I put here? Let me say issue 16, which is the issue number that have been attached to me, just to keep reference to it. When I'm done with this, I think I'm fairly comfortable with the changes I've made. So, yep. I'll do what? I'll go back here and come to my terminal again. Then I'll do git status. Alright, so now it's telling me that I've modified tags.md and I need to integrate these changes back into my working environment. So all I'll do now is I'll do git add, then I'll give space and give dash, then capital A. If I don't want to use dash capital A, I can simply use dot. All it means is git add all my changes to the git history, like track all my changes. Then when I do this and do git status again, it will simply tell me that I've modified the file tags.md. In the previous one, it was modified too, but it wasn't tracked. Like the changes is not ready to be committed. But now I've made the changes ready to be committed. What I'll do next is git commit space, then dash m. I'll now give open quotation and tell you what I did. I'll tell it okay, updated task.mg. Then I'll put the issue number that I've tracked. This is very important so that we can link it to the very issue on GitHub. So in this case, I'll call it hash 16, which is the issue number that I'm tracking. I'll close my bracket and then what else? I'll press enter. Now it's telling me one file change, 10 insertion, blah 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 blah. What I'll do next is git push and press enter. Oh, sorry. git push, then I will do origin, and I'll call the name, what name will I call it? What name did I even give this stuff self? Task 16, and I'll press enter. Alright, my new changes has been effected. So what I'll do now is I will head back to GitHub here, and honest, I'll come to code. Yeah. Okay, so now it's telling me that I've made a change here that needs to be integrated. Now for the for the design guys and other people that might not that is not developers or programmers, or that doesn't need all those extra technical details, at this very stage you're done with all that you need to do, but then you have to do this compare and pull request. So I pressed on it. It's checking compatibility, and it tells me that the changes I've made is able to merge, which means there's no conflict. Now this can be automatically merged. What I will do now is to come back to, okay, this is task 16, so I'll just write a comment here, and I'll create a pull request, updated task at 16. I will leave a comment here. I'll be like, I have updated task 16 with changes I made. I don't know, is there a preview tab here? I'll need to preview what I did, sir. Okay, now I am not seeing the option. Okay, no problem then. So I'll simply do this, and then I'll do create pull request. Okay, labels, projects. Okay, labels. You don't need to do all these stuff though, so I just put my own here. I put out documentation and put it as enhancement. Then I will track it down with projects under here, and milestone. Okay, one contributor, one files changed, blah blah blah. Okay, these are the changes it's showing me that happened. What will I do next? I'll click on create pull request. Alright, so I've sent the pull request, and the thing that is left here for me now is to just be able to, at this very stage, the designers or anybody involved is free to leave. Like, you've done all you needed to do. For me now, the reviewer, because I restricted right permissions to this very project, so that anybody from anywhere cannot just come and make changes to our code base and then scatter things for us. So I restricted changes, and we can only merge this when one reviewer has come in and do what, check what we did, and then do the necessary things. So for me now, I'm one of the admins, so I can review the code base from my own end. What I'll do now is, specifically, we are taking note of this very thing. This hash 16 here tells you that this thing is linked to the issue that we created for you initially. So in my own case, hash 16, I'll just do what? I'll just tap on it, and it brings me to the issue that I created for it. Now, yeah, yes, and it also has a link back to what? To the pull request that I made. So I can go to open. Okay, it's telling me that it's open, sorry. So I'll just go back here and do what? I'll review the code because I'm an admin. I'll be like, yeah, changes is good to merge, no conflict found. So I will simply do what? Close and commit. So with this, the changes will be merged to our main branch, and then this pull request is closed, but the task system branch has on merged commits. Wow. Okay. Well, like I said earlier on, for the designers, this stage is essentially not their thing. They don't have to do anything on this very stage. So you are, once you sent your pull request and is there, the reviewers can now take care of other things that are required. So